97.3 Citi FM. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News. Coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. I am Sami Wiafe, and tonight I'm here with
Melody Fafa Botufe.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes.
The MPP is bigger than any individual. Unity is not optional. Unity is not a slogan. Unity is a strategic necessity for victory.
Former President Nana Akufo-Addo cautions all 5 MPP flag bearer aspirants ahead of January 31st presidential primary. Tonight, we'll tell you details of a peace pact signed by the contenders. Also coming up on Eyewitness News, GPRTU task force arrests 20 drivers in 2 days for charging unapproved fares. And later,
as the seat has been declared vacant by the Electoral Commission and a notice of primaries issued by the General Secretary of our party, I humbly submit myself to contest for the position of the Member of Parliament for Ayawaso East.
Wife of the late MP for Ayawaso East constituency, Muhammad Ture, declares intention to replace her late husband. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Later coming up in business.
Local insurance cover required for all cargo imports from February 2026.
Eyewitness News is live on our affiliates across the country, around the globe. We are on citinewsroom.com talking about affiliates.
In the Western region, you can listen on Adrimpa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, both in Takrade. In the Bono region, we are Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyai. In the Ashanti region, Adrimpa 99.9 FM in Inkarie. In the Volta region, Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohwe, and Freedom 88.1 FM in Sugakope. In the Northern region, we are Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. Upper West region, you can listen to us on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu and Bolga 102.7 FM in Bolgatanga. In the Northeast region, we are Nobia FM 98.1 in Nalerigu, and in the Upper West region, we are Pupeli 92.7 FM in Wa.
You can join the conversation with your WhatsApp messages. The number to WhatsApp your messages to is 0539 986 996. 0539 986 996. Let's settle for the details. Fafa.
Former President Nana Akufo-Addo has urged all MPP flag bearer aspirants and their supporters to prioritize unity over personal ambition. Speaking at the Peace Pact signing ceremony ahead of the January 31 primary, he stressed that the party must remain stronger than any individual or faction. He also called on aspirants to ensure the Peace Pact they signed is a genuine commitment, not merely symbolic.
Thank you for the invitation. And I'm honored to be here at a moment that is significant, not only for the new patriotic party, but also for Ghana's democratic journey. Let me begin by congratulating our national officers, the chairman and members of the Presidential Election Committee, and all who have worked diligently to organize this primary. This commitment pact is therefore not a mere ceremony. It is a solemn covenant, a commitment that ambition will not override fraternity, that competition will not descend into hostility, and that once the ballot has spoken, the party will move forward as one. To the aspirants gathered here today, your conduct will shape the moral tone of the MPP and the future of our country. Your supporters, the grassroots, and the youth of this party are watching you. History will judge not only who wins, but also how all of you conduct yourselves. Let me declare, the MPP is bigger than any individual. No ambition, grievance, or faction is greater than the elephant. Leadership contests must never weaken the collective cause. Unity is not optional. Unity is not a slogan. Unity is a strategic necessity for victory. So I charge all of you, this peace pact must not only be signed, it must be lived. Over the remaining days, let your campaigns be firm but fair, competitive but respectful. Ours is a tradition that rejects fear, insults, intimidation, and bitterness. Loyalty to individuals must never supersede loyalty to the party. After the primaries, there must be one party, one direction, one destiny.
We had former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now the chairman of the MPP Elections Committee, Joseph Osei Owusu, asked the party's 5 presidential aspirants to commit to accepting the outcome of the January 31, 2026 primary.
The main purpose of this peace pact is to get the contestants to affirm that the process has so far been transparent, inclusive, and fair. That we want them to commit to accept the results and want them to commit to support whoever wins out of the 5 members of the team of saints. We believe that this will allow or enable members of the party to build the sufficient confidence we need to be able to freely campaign and vote for who they choose. Our faith and prayer is that this pact will be taken seriously as a pact, a binding act between them, the team of saints, their party, and our God. I pray that at the end of it all, the New Patriotic Party will come out of this stronger and ready to face 2020 general elections.
Joseph Osei Owusu is chairman of the MPP's election committee. Still at the Peace Pact, former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Mike Ukwe, urged the aspirants to conduct themselves honorably to preserve the party's traditions and honor its founding fathers.
In the name of Dankwa, Dombo, Busia, Bechebilampi, Amedowobla, and the faithfuls departed, please do something honorable for the New Patriotic Party and our tradition. In saying this, I am mindful that unfair practices and base happens in our party which have destroyed or shaken our unity. And this is the very reason why last time round when we were going to Congress, the Presidential Election Committee of 2024, as well as the present group led so ably by our former Deputy Speaker, came to certain positive arrangements. Such elections are no more the preserve of the party per se. Security is national police security, not that of any party security. This is now established.
You have the former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Mike Ukwe. Now, Minority Leader Alexander Penyumaking also called on aspirants to put the party's interests first to present a strong front in the 2028 general elections.
Let me start off by saying that opposition is painful and lonely. We know this. Good friends don't pick up calls. They ignore us and they find new friends. We are living it. We feel it every day. And sure, none of us wants to remain there. We want power to serve, to transform lives, and to move Ghana forward. But power does not come through division. Power comes through discipline. Power comes through unity. Power comes through sacrifice. Let us therefore rise above anger. Let us rise above insults. Let us rise above short-term emotions for long-term victory. Let us protect the party that has given us voice, purpose, and hope. And when the contest is over, let us close ranks, lock arms, and march forward together, stronger, wiser, and united towards victory 2028. Our future depends on it. Our party depends on it. And Ghana is counting on us.
Well, you heard the minority leader, Alexander Apenyumaking. Now, the Inspector General of Police, Christian Tetayono, also speaking at the Peace Pact signing, assured the MPP of maximum security during the primary. He said at least 70 police personnel will be stationed at each polling center nationwide to ensure a peaceful and credible process.
We have been able to identify all the areas where the elections will take place. We have 276 plus 1 polling centers. We have been able to make our operational plans. We have met all our regional commanders who are responsible for these areas where these elections will take place. We have gone over all the preparations over and over and ready to go to the field. In the section of Boku, that is the area that we may need the support of the military. And so we have written to the Interior Minister to inform the Minister of Defense so that we have military support in Boku. All other areas countrywide, the military will be on standby. We are assuring you that at least 70 is the least number of a police number that will be at each police station. We have deployed heavily. All senior officers countrywide are going to be at the police station. We have the inner deployment, the middle deployment, and then the outer deployment. The outer deployment is heavily loaded. I want to assure you that we have done a lot of training and preparation, and that my regional commanders have called me and said that they are even ready for the election today. The caution is that we will not entertain any power security at the police station. We have heard a lot, social media and others. And sometimes some of the leaders of the party have forwarded some voices to me to let me know that some group of individuals are planning to deploy macho men. Please, we are cautioning that the police are more macho than the macho men you deploy.
You heard Christian Tetayono, Inspector General of Police.
Let's get some more on this from the political science angle, and let's speak to Dr. Kwame Ansah-Asare, political analyst, on this whole MPP preparation for its presidential primary. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. This is not the first time the MPP is signing a peace pact with presidential aspirants. In 2023 November, a similar one was done, and then we are having a similar one here for this 31st January 2026 primary. Do these, pacts make any impact at all?
Thank you for the opportunity, but let me make a quick correction. My name is Dr. Kwame Asante, not Asare. Right. So, having said that...
thank you for the correction, sir.
Yeah, my name is Kwame Asante.
Yes, sir.
Asare.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the correction.
Right. If you look at this ritual that we have experienced all the time, it is to make sure that there is peace. When we're talking about the ingredients of free and fair election, we are talking about election devoid of what? Anything that brings about or undermine the integrity of the election, such as violence, such as a lack of peace, and then the rest of them. So this is a way to enforce those rules so that you have what? Free and fair election. Where there is no peace, there's absolutely a very difficult election. Every year they sign. I mean, when we're talking about election years, when parties are doing primaries and all that, they sign peace pact. But you realize that there is a difficulty there. The leaders themselves will not want to do anything to disturb what they have put down or appended their signatures to. But their followers, they are those who go to town in a certain fashion that undermine the whole pact. So by and large, we've seen that these are just mere paper talk. They don't really work because you see these are party leaders, and when their followers are misbehaving, who is going to call them out? We don't have anybody. And the NPP in particular, in recent times, have not mastered the courage to sanction people who cross the line. So it has given people some field day And during such occasions, you will see the way people misbehave. It's my hope and prayer that this time around, events will take a different turn and that the election will be devoid of violence and then we'll have peace and all that. That is not to say that the MPP election has been violent, but sometimes you have pockets or, troublemakers who come around to foment trouble and create chaos. I know that the police are active, and I trust them. They'll do a good job by making sure that any miscreant will be brought to book.
Doc, you talk about the followers. So in this case, what can the leader really do? Because if a follower of a particular leader goes on social media to, write unprintable language, in this case, what can the leader do? Perhaps the leader doesn't even know this particular fellow.
That is what I'm saying, that the leaders are helpless. They can't do anything. But you see, prior to this NPP campaign, primaries campaign, you recall that a team was put together to make sure that there is sanity within the political space. But I'm not sure that group exists today. If they do, what work are they doing? Because now the campaign has turned toxic. People are attacking each other and all that. The things they are saying about themselves, the interesting aspect of it is that they are the raw materials for opposition to chance upon them and use them against them. Anyone who emerges. And if you look at the way things are going, 3 people from their camp, you see attacks where, people attacking each other. Kennedy Japong, Brian Champong, and then Baumia's camp. You see people there, attacking one another. If any one of these people wins, the difficulty is that they've signed peace pact that after everything, come back and let us galvanize support for the one who has won the election and all that. Would they be able to campaign effectively because of the things they've said? Some have even described, certain individuals as to the extent that if you take them to the political plane and you want to sell them for votes, nobody is going to vote for them. So if any of them wins, how can campaign be very effective? Those who want to misbehave, as you rightly pointed out, you are large. You can't find them. So it's a whole difficult situation. But my hope is that you are dealing with a mass party, and particularly a dominant political force, one of the dominant political forces in this country. So they have what it takes to be able to calm nerves and then bring sanity at the end of the day. That is if they want to. But if they want to support one against the rest, then I'm afraid we are going to have a difficult situation. I don't wish them so.
Then the issue of unity comes in here, Doc. Do you think the MPP can unite behind a candidate who will win or who emerge victorious after 31st for the 2028 general election, looking at how you say the campaigning has been?
Yeah, they have no choice than to rally behind whoever emerges. At the end of the day, one person will win. And it is incumbent upon them, those who will lose, to accept defeat and then pledge their support and be seen to be supporting the one who has won the day. They have to do that. Failure to which they will have their fingers bent because they need power. And you cannot fight for political power when your house is divided. So all the pact, the essence of the pact, part of it is to make sure that at the end of the day, whoever emerges, you don't waste time at all and then you support them. But the things that they've said against themselves, especially the 3 people, I don't know how they can campaign. That is going to be a difficulty.
The IGP at this event says that he will be deploying at least 70 police personnel to a voting center. The many have said that 70 is quite a huge number considering this is just an internal election. It's just a political party election. It's not really a national election like the 2024 election. From where you sit, you think the deployment is enough or way too high?
We are talking about a technical officer such as an IGP. You and I are not seized with the information that he has and based on which he has taken that decision. Let us credit him with that so that he will be able to do a good job. My understanding is that he doesn't want to leave any stone unturned so that events would overtake him. No. He wants to make sure that he put forward his best team so that they deliver what is expected of them. So for me, I believe that what he is saying, we'll go with that. But that what we are asking for, that the police must be able to be firm. Because when it's about political actors, sometimes the way political actors behave in this country, they tend to undermine the work of the police, and sometimes the police become helpless. I believe that this time around, the police will stand their grounds and make sure that whoever will misbehave, they will show him the exit.
Doug, will January 31st be the turning point in the MPP?
It should be, because they are looking for power, and that whoever emerges should be the one who is marketable, should be the one who is a unifier, should be the one who is desperately looking for political power, and should be the one that he has less baggage so that he doesn't become, a problem for the party. Because when you have people with huge baggage, it becomes a raw material for opposition to use against that individual. So they should be circumspect in selecting the best, not necessarily those that they regard as popular and all that, but the one that, he has the capacity to galvanize support, the one that, he can be attractive to majority of the people in this country, and the one that has vision beyond the political party they find themselves. And of course, one who is alive to our problems, and that he has the solutions to the numerous problems that we have. Having said all this, we believe in somebody that he has what it takes to be able to bring in the votes. We don't want somebody that the party will find it difficult to sell. It is in their own interest, the political party, to select somebody that can stand tall. And in this connection, I can say without fear of contradiction that those who have been with the previous government, at least, it's going to be difficult for them when eventually they elect one of them. If they do that, what they are going to experience is that the sins of their forefathers, that is the sins of the Kufuor regime, they are going to visit on them. There's no doubt about that. And that should also inform who they put into office if they really are interested in looking for political power.
Doug, thank you very much for your time. Dr. Kwame Asante is a political analyst speaking to us there. Thank you very much for your time. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, the GPRT task force arrests 20 drivers in just 2 days for charging unapproved fares.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens. Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
As the Chief Financial Director of SBA Holdings Limited, payments from clients flow like magic through Stanbic Pay.
From school fees to utilities, government and statutory payments to investment, insurance payment, Hajj payment, and more. Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life. No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic.
Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience.
Just visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 030-340-9212 or 055-676-0683 to get started.
Oh, jump on now. Go, me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. We are the one for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive star. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. So where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand Magobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go! Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
We are gearing up for the trip of a lifetime. Heritage Caravan 2026. From 1st to 8th March 2026, 8 days, 14 regions, one legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM across all social media platforms for updates and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by Hollard Insurance, Kiva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, and Didi Shito, and it's supported by Nanes Rice. Heritage Caravan 2026, experience Ghana like never before.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. I am Sami Riafi, and tonight I'm here with Fafa Melody. Now, the GPRTU task force has arrested over 20 drivers operating in Ablekuma, Sotuom, Kwashiman, and Odoko here in Accra for charging exorbitant fares or fares which are not approved. Let's get more on this and speak to Deputy Industrial and Public Relations Officer at the GPRTU, Samuel Amwa. Mr. Amwa, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Tell us more about this operation and the arrest of the 20 drivers.
All right, so thank you very much for having me on your show. Let me say good evening to you and whoever is listening to you now. Yes, we started this operation yesterday. As we all know, passengers being stranded in town and drivers taking advantage of them by charging, unapproved fares and all that. Some will be taking them in a short distance and be taking, multiple times of money from them. So we started yesterday and we're at the Pukwasa Blekuma stretch. Yesterday we were able to arrest about 15 vehicles. And out of the 15 vehicles, we got one vehicle who belongs to the GPRTU and the other 14 vehicles that don't belong to any of the unions. Since we don't have the powers, to prosecute them or just to use the law against them, we handed them over to the Ablekuma police. Then we continue today. Today we were at Odoko, and hopefully we got about 6 drivers from Odoko today. And all those 6 drivers too were drivers that don't belong to any of the union. We did same by handing them over to the Odoko MTTD police. So that is what we've been doing, and it's something that we are not going to stop. We'll be going to all the other areas, making sure that drivers who are charging exorbitant fares from passengers will just, stop what they are doing, because they shouldn't take advantage of the passengers and be doing that.
So you hand them over to the police for the police to do what? To lock them up?
No, we handed them over to the police. You see, there is a law in the Road Traffic Act 2012, the LI 2180. The regulation 121 says that if you want to operate as a commercial transport operator in the country Ghana, the law says that you must belong to an existing transport union. You must form a union. And if you are operating without belonging to any of the unions, the law says that you must be arrested, taken to court. The court will fine you not more than 25 penalty units, or you can be imprisoned. for not more than 30 days. So that is what the law says. So that is exactly what we did. So all that we want the police to do is to prosecute them to court and make sure that the court, will sanction them accordingly.
So, Sammy, your operation is based on what? On the drivers charging unapproved fare or not belonging to a union?
The operation is drivers charging unapproved fares, and we stated it clearly that all these things, they were tagging it, on the GPR to say that the GPR are not controlling its members, and the members are charging unapproved fares and all that. That is why we started with this operation. So what we do is we are checking on drivers who are charging the unapproved fares, and if we find our driver, if I say our driver, meaning a driver who belongs to a union, because within the union we have bylaws that governs the union, that you must abide by all the rules and regulations that govern the union. And one of them says that whatever agreed fares that the union will bring it out, you have to abide by them. So if we find out that you are a member of the union and you are not abiding by our rules and regulations, for that matter, we are going to sanction you. But those that don't belong to any of the union, you see, when you check in the LI, no article, stated clearly about those who will be charging unapproved fares. But there is an article that says that you must belong to an existing union. So that is how the operation goes. So if we arrest you, you charge unapproved fares, we check, all right? Then if you don't belong to any of the union, then we hand you over. But even those that belong, the one driver that we got from Ablikuma, we equally hand him over to the police to be dealt with. But in his issues, the unions will go in, then we will sanction him.
How do you react to people who say that it's better if you engage these drivers or even dialogue with them than hand them over, to the police and then subsequent, arrest and the rest? Are you done? Have you exhausted the area of engaging with this driver? Because many people have asked that, for how long can you sustain this operation?
I mean, the question is, where even are you going to get these drivers? We can only get them when we had opportunity to speak on air, getting opportunity for you to engage us, all right? You can't even get them. When you call for a meeting, they won't come. When they spark their engines in the morning, they just float. You can find them today on the Medina stretch. The next moment they will be on the Amasaman stretch. The next moment they will be on the Kaswa stretch. They don't just, they don't have even a particular place that you can get them. So that is why announcement is ongoing. As all these things started, we were at the transport ministries. All the accusations that came that drivers are charging on approved fares and all that, they all heard of it. So it's not a matter of maybe. Even yesterday at Ablikuma, myself, we gathered them and we spoke to them, explaining to them why they must join the unions. And our doors are widely open. Yes.
Sammy, we spoke to some of these drivers. Their concerns is that the vehicle owners, the sales they are supposed to make for these vehicle owners are so high. And so in a way to meet the demands from these vehicle owners, that is why they do this short, as they call it, or try to charge the unapproved fares. As GPRTU, I'm sure you've heard this sort of argument these drivers make.
Yes, I heard it. Do you know what? I mean,
tell me.
The problem is coming from them, okay? The reason why I'm saying the problem is coming from them is that when you go to the GPRTU stations, all right, the union executives negotiate the sales with the car owners before handing the vehicles to the drivers, all right? So the car owners don't have the power to just determine that, yes, but ditto, or by force, this is the amount of money I needed from you. When you go to the stations, we'll tell you, like, let me use my station at a Asama traffic light, for example. We have some categories of vehicles and the sales that, we give to the drivers to make at the end of the day. And if you're a car owner, you bring your vehicle to the station, we will tell you, this vehicle, this is the amount of sales the driver can make, all right? But sometimes, some of the car owners, the outside drivers will tell you that, oh, me, I can make more. And because when they are floating, they get more money, then the cowders will be, giving the vehicles to them. That is why all these things are coming in. So supposing these laws are working and all the cowders come to the station, having this agreement with them, because the GPRQ is there for the driver, counter, and then the passengers, all right? So we make sure that driver will not cheat counter, and counter also will not cheat a driver. So I advised them yesterday when I had that opportunity to talk to them. I told them that, look, if you belong to a union, counter cannot just give you a sales that will be, more than you, that you will stretch yourself. Yes, it's true. Sometimes some of them, they don't even have time to eat, all right? But supposing they are with the unions will stand in for them and tell them that, counter, this amount of money you are demanding from the driver is too much. And that will call them to order. So the problem is coming from them.
Sam, thank you very much for your time. Samuel Amwa is Deputy Industrial and Public Relations Officer at the GPRTU. Let's speak to the Member of Parliament for the Akim Swedru constituency and the ranking member on the Roads and Transport Committee of Parliament. We seem to disagree with this operation by the GPRTU task force. Kennedy Osenyako joins us on the line. Ken, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. You seem to disagree with this operation by the GPRTU task force. They say that they are trying to sanitize the situation on the back of this artificial shortage of transport that we are seeing in Accra and Kumasi.
Good evening, Sammy, and I just want to use the opportunity to also say a very good evening to your cherished listeners. Thank you for having me on your show. Yes, I earlier on made a statement, comment with regards to the unwarranted or the illegal arrest of some 15 truck drivers by the task force of the GPRC. Yes, I believe there's no law that backs the action of this GPRC. It is illegal for the task force of the GPRC to go ahead to arrest some individuals or some members of the union purported to have charged maybe unapproved prices. I mean, I thought that is not the best way the union should have, the approach they should have used. I mean, well, it is good that every union has their own rules and regulations, but it's also proper for the union to also understand that Ghana operates a liberalized economy. And this economy, prices are largely influenced by market forces. So you don't force, we are not in the PNDC era where there was a price control where, sellers or drivers or whoever it is has to stick to a certain prices. I'm not supporting whatever those drivers might have done. Maybe they have they were charging exorbitantly beyond the approved. I'm not supporting the action, but I believe that the GPRT doesn't have any mandate. They don't have any right to arrest anyone, and there's no law, as you speak, there's no law which prohibits any seller or any driver from charging certain prices. It is just, the person has to apply his or her conscience and see that whatever price that I'm charging, if it is beyond the market price, then I have to look at it and reduce it. But you can't just go and the GPRT have their own rules. They could have gone ahead to either suspend their membership or even fine them. But to arrest them and seize their vehicles, I think they went beyond they went beyond their mandate, and yes, that's why I have put out that I think it is illegal for the GPRT to do that. I mean, they should. This is not the first time some of these things are happening. During the past administration, some of these issues happened, but they use diplomatic means to resolve the matter. They sat them down to discuss for them to understand why it is important that they stick to certain prices. Even at the time that STC and other transport operators were charging certain prices, other commercial drivers were also charging way above what the STC and other people were charging. But they were able to operate quietly. If you come and you think that these prices are high, the fares are high, and you can get a cheaper, it is an open, it's a liberalized economy. You can get a cheaper one. You just join the cheaper one, and ignore those ones that are charging you. It's like you go to the market to buy a mobile phone. You go to several shops, the same phone, one is selling it at, let's say, 2,000, the other one is selling it at 1,000. You have to make a choice, a decision as whether you take the 2,000 or the 1,000. If you decide you see the 1,000, so you want to go ahead and buy the 2,000, it is your own choice. But nobody can just force the one selling the 2,000. Why are you selling it 2,000? Because we have agreed to sell it at 1,000. There's no law that says that, because we practice a liberalized economy. So I think they overstep their bound. The GPR, the leadership of the GPR, to overstep their bound, and I am urging them to use a dialogue to get the members to sit on a round table and dialogue with them, so that they see the need and the importance of, as a union, sticking to their approved prices than to go beyond that.
Talking about dialogue, just before you came on the line, I was engaging the deputy public relations officer of the GPR to someone, Amwa. So I raised the issue about this dialogue, and then he says they don't even find these drivers to have engagement. They don't even find them to have a dialogue with them. And so the only way to sanitize the process is the operation that they're embarking upon. And so they believe that if they do this, at least it will bring some sanity. The recent artificial, shortage of vehicle will come to an end. So engagement, they've moved past engagement. They don't find these drivers to even engage them.
Then it means the union is not even organized itself. If they cannot find its members who are misbehaving outside, then the union does not exist. You cannot say that you cannot find drivers that are they not members of the union unless they are not members.
And he says the drivers who are misbehaving in quotes do not even belong to the union. These are drivers who are not part of the union. They are outside the union, and so they do not have more or less control over them, but they have control over members who belong to the union.
Okay, so you see why in the wisdom of the previous administration, they decided to give the mandate or the regulatory power to National Road Safety Authority to regulate our commercial transport industry. You see the wisdom in that? And as we speak now, because of a few challenges that this new government have to tidy it up and make sure that the regulations are approved by Parliament, so that the National Road Safety Authority can operate fully and sanitize the industry. Because they don't have that kind of regulation in place, they cannot also go ahead and be sanitizing the industry with this regulation that was passed by the previous administration. I mean, the National Road Safety Authority was even issue annual license to every commercial transport operators, and no individual transport operator will be allowed to operate. They were to put themselves in together as groups and register the union with the Registrar General Department, so that they will be running as a company, so that they can deal with them as a body, proper body. And here is the case: individuals buy their vehicles, and tomorrow they go and register a commercial and they start operating. They are everywhere, So the whole system, our entire commercial transport system needs an overhaul. I mean, there is so much chaos in the sector that we need to revamp the entire commercial transport system and modernize it and introduce new. When you go to Ivory Coast, that's our neighboring country here. When we go and see how they are organized in terms of commercial transport services, they are fully organized, and I think that is where we need to get to, where you prevent individuals who buy their car overnight and go and register, get the commercial license, and they start operating. They cannot be operating like this. They need to belong to. They should be run as a company. They need to belong to a company, an institution, which can be monitored, and they can regulate them. And it will be easier for the company to even go to bank to access loan for the company, so that its members can even buy brand new buses and more comfortable buses and run it. Yeah, so that we'll do away with this old system that it's no more it's no more helpful for the country. I think that is the level that we need to go. Okay. I've been talking about it, but I pray and hope the new administration will listen to it so that we can overhaul the entire system and revamp everything and introduce a modernized system to help the ordinary Ghanaian who rely on the commercial transport for their daily up and down.
Right.
Yes.
Ken, thank you very much for your time. Kennedy Osenyako is the ranking member of the Military Transport Committee and the member of Parliament for the Akim Swedru constituency. Now, just before we came on air, there was a statement issued by Hajia Amina Adam, the wife of the late member of Parliament for the Ayawaso East constituency. I read portions of the statement. There have been calls from many quarters in my constituency and beyond to step into the shoes of my late husband who served as the East Ayawaso constituency with distinction. I believe that the community that has held the hands of my late husband, including past leaders, will continue to support our next leaders more so when the calls are coming from the people. As the seat has been declared vacant by the Electoral Commission and the notice of primaries issued by the General Secretary of our party, I humbly submit myself to contest for the position of Member of Parliament for the East Ayawaso constituency. Portions of a statement issued by Hajia Amina.
This morning, a husband, doing what the Islamically told her to do, and she will continue to do that. It is the constituents who are forcing her, who are calling for her coming, and she has to listen to the constituents, and it is exactly what she just did. And the constituency are very happy for her release.
So this is not her personal decision, it's the people who are calling on her to contest, more or less replace the late husband.
Not just to please the late husband, but to continue what the late husband has left. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of CVs, there are a lot of appointment letters, there are a lot of job opportunities the husband has left back. And she needs to come and take over from her husband and make sure all these things comes to reality. If that one, after that 2 years, you can continue, or 9 months, you can come and contest. And that is what the community are calling for. So in her release, I saw 2 releases. The original release is, I will share with you, which she stated, I am currently observing my IDA. I'm currently observing my IDA. And I wish to clearly state that this obligation will be fully respected. My decision to contest and the activities around it will be carried out in a manner that does not compromise my IDA or the teaching of Islam. She stated very clearly, and she will be in the house. Everybody will go out there to campaign for her, and inshallah she will make the winner and make sure she completes what the husband has started.
Abdul Razak, if she is going to contest, we are told the primaries is on the 3rd of March and she's in the house morning, as you mentioned. How is she going to campaign then?
The campaign, she's already campaigning for herself while the husband was alive, not as in real campaigning, but her obligations, whatever she do or does, that is the reason why people were calling her after the husband has passed away. So for the campaign,
Abdul Razak, just let me get some explanation here. You said that she was even campaigning even when the late husband was alive?
If I say that, it's not meaning she is campaigning to become the MP, but her dues to the constituents. It's a campaign itself to the constituents. She's been very, very attentive, attending to every challenges that the husband may face one way or the other as a wife. So itself is a campaign to her. That is the reason why people are calling her. I don't think if she has been doing things which are not right, today people will be calling her to come and contest. As I speak to you now, assembly members are in the house telling her, urging her to go and contest, and they've promised to go and pick the nomination form on her behalf. That is on Saturday if the nomination forms are duly open.
So on Saturday, she will not be there personally to pick the form. People will go and pick on her behalf.
She will not be there personally to campaign. She will not be there to do whatever she will do. She will be in the house, respect her husband's waiting time. It is the people who are going to do this for her.
And so it's just the people who do the campaign for a while. She observes the person of the husband and stay at home.
Exactly.
And how is she going to win then if she wants to be the next member of parliament?
That will tell you how important she is to the community. That will let you know how she's been doing or helping the husband while he was alive.
Is she a politician?
She was and she is a politician. Actually, she is the National Zone Course Director in charge of finance and administration.
In the constituency or national?
National Zone Course.
And so campaigning is not new to her.
It's not new to her. And the way people can come to her house, visit her, do what they want to do, that she will not go out. Show everybody. So there are so many ways to campaign or to delegate. She can talk to a delegate on phone. She can talk to them. So whatever she will do, she will definitely talk to a delegate, and the delegates will definitely give her the nod to lead.
You sound very confident, Abdul Razak.
Very 200% confidence, because this is the woman. If I am to tell you what she has done, there is no need to contest her. Our thinking was people allow her to continue the 2 years, 9 months left by her husband, so that if you want to contest, maybe 2 years, the primaries will come on, then you will come and contest. But if you to come and contest at this time, this is not a decision. This is the decision of the community, and it's like you are fighting the community. So if you want to fight the community, then you really need to prepare to come and fight the community. And this is what is going to happen on 7th February 2025 or 2026. Sorry.
But I know it's going to be a tough election, because we are told that Baba Jamal has also declared his intention to also run in this election.
This is to tell you, Baba Jamal is doing things right. There is no need for that to go and call the woman to come and contest. It's just a social media campaigning that is going on. We agree they will go for election. We will see who will make the winner. Even though she will be in the house, and it will think she is in the house, she won't win someone like Baba Jamal. It will tell you the kind of person she is.
Abdul, I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for your time. Abdul Razak Ismail Eto, Hajia Amina Adam, the wife of the late Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso East constituency, Mahama Toure. She issued a statement just a while ago announcing her intentions to replace the late MP and become the next Member of Parliament for the constituency. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. And still staying in the same constituency, Ghana's High Commissioner to Nigeria, Baba Jamal, has also declared his intention to contest when the NDC opens nomination for a replacement for the Ayawaso East constituency.
The coming by-election, Baba Jamal will be contesting and to seek the mandate of the people of East Ayawaso to represent them in Parliament. And brothers and sisters, you are aware that I have been working with you, I've been collaborating with you on many fronts. This is the time we need to change the narrative in East Ayawaso. This is the time we need to come together and give ourselves some different image as the people of East Ayawaso. I have sacrificed to contest these elections because I believe together with you we can change the narrative in East Ayawaso.
Ghana's High Commissioner to Nigeria, Baba Jamal, former Member of Parliament for the Akwetia constituency, and now wants to be the next Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso East constituency. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll do business.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Momo
it has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying research to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Oh, jump on go. Gugomi, and what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind says be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. So
where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my go be fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand they go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Melody Fafa. But let's settle for the details of our stories now. President John Dramani Mahama has highlighted Ghana's economic turnaround at the Accra Reset's Davos convening in Switzerland. He said the country has rebounded from a debt distress crisis to a more stable economy, pointing to single-digit inflation, a stronger currency and improved business confidence as signs of recovery. President Mahama attributed the progress to fiscal discipline, a reduced size of government, anti-corruption reforms and debt renegotiation. He, however, stressed that Ghana's gains must be replicated across Africa through stronger regional cooperation.
We're restoring hope and we're building systems that work. In my first year of being back in office, we've shown that democracy works and that change is possible when leadership is focused and accountable to the people. From a debt-distressed, crisis-ridden economy, we've achieved an impressive turnaround with a stable macroeconomy characterized by single-digit inflation, a strengthened currency, and increased business confidence. But here's what keeps me up at night. Ghana's success alone is not enough. However admirable Ghana's turnaround story is, we cannot be a jewel in the debt. We must work together as Africa. We must knit together the patchwork of success stories. And that is why we're here in Davos today. To take what's working across many countries in Africa and the global south and scale it up across other countries. To move from resetting one country to resetting the entire development model for the global south.
You had President John Dramani Mahama speaking at the Accra Reset Davos convening in Switzerland. Away from that, effective February 1, 2026, all cargo imports into Ghana must be insured by locally licensed insurers. According to the Finance Ministry, the policy to be implemented in collaboration with the Ghana Revenue Authority and the National Insurance Commission is intended to deepen the domestic insurance market by retaining premiums within the economy and strengthen the capacity of local insurers. Speaking on behalf of Finance Minister at the investiture of the 11th President and Executive Council of the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana, Director of the Financial Sector Division at the Finance, Louise Amu, said improving macroeconomic conditions provide an opportunity for insurers and brokers to scale up operations and support trade activity.
The Honorable Minister for Finance, Honorable Dr. Kasir Atu-Fossum, has directed the Ghana Revenue Authority to collaborate with the National Insurance Commission to enforce the mandatory local cargo insurance for all commercial imports effective 1st February 2026. Compliance with this directive is not optional. This measure is intended to retain premiums within the domestic economy, deepen local participation, protect shippers, and strengthen the financial sustainability of the insurance sector. Brokers are therefore expected to play a proactive role in ensuring its effective implementation.
That was the Director of the Financial Sector Division at the Ministry of Finance, Louise Amu. Now, Dr. Kofi Nsiapuku has called for a deliberate scaling up of the private sector as a key driver of industry growth and economic expansion. According to him, accelerating industrial development will require stronger collaboration between government and the private sector. Speaking at his investiture ceremony in Accra, Dr. Nsiapuku said the private sector remains the engine of sustainable growth and must be empowered to play a more central role in job creation and value addition across key sectors of the economy.
Inclusive industrial growth is non-negotiable. We will place strong emphasis on supporting small-scale businesses, women in business, and youth enterprises. We will provide targeted training to build operational capacity. We will offer technical support to improve manufacturing processes. We will support access to local and international markets, and we will also seek concessionary financing options to ease the burden of high bank interest rates.
You heard Dr. Kofi Nsiapuku. Now, the Oil Palm Development Association of Ghana has given the government a 2-week ultimatum to tackle the smuggling of palm oil into the local market, warning that nationwide demonstrations will follow if no action is taken. The association says the influx of smuggled oil has forced farmers across the value chain to sell at discounted prices, leading to estimated losses of nearly 1 billion Ghana cedis. President of the association, Paul Kwabna Amenin, in a media interview, cautioned that the continued smuggling threatens the survival of local producers and the broader palm oil industry.
If you are not buying, definitely the farmer will be affected. And today, as I'm talking, farmers are losing discount price close to 1 billion Ghana cedis. Discount. When they sell at discount, because these people cannot sell, they are losing 1 billion Ghana cedis a year. If they can't sell at all, they are losing almost 2.6 billion, the smallholder and the independent farmers. This is what they are losing. And today, when you go to Kede, they are even fighting GOPDs because they are not buying their fruit. The situation is becoming a national security threat. If government don't know, if this one continue, almost 1 million people will lose their job. That's what we need to think about as a nation. Those who are benefiting, we are telling them, if government doesn't do anything, this is 3 years fight. If government doesn't do anything, we are giving them 14 days. All the GRA offices within our catchment area will bring all the fruit there. Stay there until they solve this problem, because we won't allow this to continue again.
You heard Paul Kwabna Amenin, President of the Oil Palm Development Association of Ghana. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC, Dr. Riverson Opon, has rejected claims of internal division within the chamber over the petroleum price floor policy. Dr. Opon said the disagreement should not be interpreted as a sign of fragmentation within COMAC, noting that differing views are natural in a competitive downstream petroleum market. He explained that robust debate among oil marketing companies reflects the diversity of commercial interests across the sector and does not signal a breakdown in industry cohesion.
There's no division. I can tell you boldly that there's no division. Do not confuse the war between the two giants, all right, and the chamber's perspective.
All right, the chamber is not made up of only 2 members. The top 2 fights is expected in every industry. I mean, go to any set-off. Right? When Total and Shell were the top 2, did you see any fight between Total and Shell? You understand what I mean? So we are happy that a local company today is the number 1 leading company. No, don't get me wrong. Everybody Ghanaian will be happy. No, don't get me wrong. But when there's a fight on price, is one of the major driving forces for market search. So this is expected. And this has nothing to do with what the chamber decision is. The board chairman has asked the 2 CEOs to cease fire. And that is also publicly out.
That was the CEO of the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC, Dr. Riverson Opon. Meanwhile, the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy has urged the National Petroleum Authority to engage all oil marketing companies, including Star Oil, in building consensus following recent tensions over the policy. In an interview with Citi Business News, Executive Director of the Center, Benjamin Insia, emphasized the importance of constructive stakeholder engagement to resolve outstanding concerns surrounding the policy.
Star believes that the consumer welfare is paramount against any producer surplus, and I think that is the perspective of most petroleum consumers locally. So such entrenched position in the downstream among industry players doesn't augur well for the downstream. I think that MPA should engage a broader stakeholder engagement on this whole price floor policy, because yes, there have been various arguments in favor of this policy with respect to ensuring that smaller or new entrants are not being taken advantage of or being collapsed or crashed out of the market or crowded out of the market. But data also shows that these smaller OMCs are rather pricing lower compared to well-established OMCs with access to central business districts. So the lack of consensus means becomes a worry for the industry, and I think that MPA needs to engage all parties. CSOs needs to engage the petroleum service providers themselves to ensure that we bring some form of consensus and inclusivity in terms of policy formulation and policy introduction in the petroleum downstream.
That was Benjamin Insia, Executive Director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy. Well, that's it for Citi Business News. On Eyewitness News, I am Melody Fafa. But if we're up next, it's Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Andrea, challenge these days new level crown. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank, and that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, Pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I need your side, Fidelity.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, and this is Point Blank. On Point Blank tonight, we'll talk about the New Patriotic Party, the NPP. The party today held an event at the Alisa Hotel here in Accra, where the party committed all their 5 presidential aspirants to peace ahead of the January 31st presidential primary. The peace pact aimed at fostering unity and ensuring that the party remains united before, during, and after the January 31st election. On Point Blank tonight, we hear the speeches from former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who says no individual is bigger than the NPP. We also hear from the minority leader in Ghana's parliament and the member of parliament for the Futu constituency, Alexander Penyo-Markin, who spoke on the need for the party to remain united. And later we'll hear from the Inspector General of Police, who says 70 police personnel will be deployed in every polling center or election center during the voting on the 31st of January 2026. He says the Ghana Police Service is prepared for the NPP presidential primary.
Thank you for the invitation, and I'm honored to be here at a moment that is significant, not only for the New Patriotic Party, but also for Ghana's democratic journey. Let me begin by congratulating our national officers, the chairman and members of the Presidential Election Committee, and all who have worked diligently to organize these primaries coming up in just 9 days' time. You are overseeing a process involving the largest number of delegates in the history of our party. That achievement speaks to the growth and democratic maturity of the New Patriotic Party. We're gratified by the presence of the Inspector General of Police and his senior officers at this ceremony, and by the undertakings he has given us today. They are reassuring signals that the proceedings of 31st January 2026 will be conducted in peace and security. IGP, we count on you and your men and women to do a good job. Ladies and gentlemen, our party did not begin today, even though a handful of us were privileged enough to be around in its early days. It did not begin yesterday. Its roots go back to 1947, with the formation of the United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC, from which the Dankwa Dongo Busia tradition proudly draws its lineage. At that founding moment, a clear and principled decision was taken. Leadership will be determined by the ballot, not by force, intimidation, or intrigue. George Alfred Park Grant was unanimously elected president and chairman. J.P. Dankwa and R.S. Blair became vice presidents. R.A. Awono Williams served as treasurer. The other members of that inaugural executive committee were Edward Akufo-Addo, Emmanuel Obeche Bilante, J.W. de Graaf Johnson, John Sybil, and Kwabena Kessie. They were men of strong views and strong personalities, but they were united by discipline, mutual respect, patriotism, and an unshakable belief in orderly democratic process. From that beginning emerged a lesson that still guides us today. While the ballot must decide who becomes what, the true test of our internal democracy lies in the conduct of winners and losers alike, before, during, and after the contest. That lesson was reaffirmed in 1992 after the first presidential primaries of the New Patriotic Party. Once the party chose Professor Albert Edubohe as our flag bearer, all the other aspirants, including Dr. Kofi Jane Selby, Mr. John Ajekum Kufuor, and Dr. Kwame Safwedu, closed ranks and supported him. I was campaign manager of the flag bearer at the time, and I saw firsthand what unity meant, how discipline, sacrifice, and collective purpose strengthened the party, even under the most difficult conditions of the time. That spirit must guide us still. Fellow patriots, a party that cannot manage victory with humility or defeat with dignity cannot expect to win the confidence of the Ghanaian people. As we are reminded, a house divided against itself cannot stand. In such a house is certainly not attractive to the electorate. Ghanaians are watching not only what we say, but also how we behave. I know the campaign has generated some heat among aspirants and supporters. I believe I'm qualified to say that we have seen it all before. Do not be discouraged by the excesses. The thirst for power and the unity required to win power must combine to motivate us to choose fraternity over factionalism once the primaries are over. Permit me another personal reflection. In 1998, I contested the presidential primaries and came second to John Ajekum Kufuor, subsequently the second president of the Fourth Republic. When the contest ended, I did not hesitate. I became his chief campaigner. That decision was not about convenience. It was about conviction. The unity we demonstrated then helped deliver the first historic presidential victory of the NPP in 2000. And when years later, it became my turn, beginning in 2008, I received the same level of loyalty and support from those who had once competed against me. That tradition of fraternity carried us through difficult moments and enabled us to win and serve God. This is the inheritance we must protect. We should never forget that the ideology of the New Patriotic Party remains deeply attractive to the majority of Ghanaians. Our commitment to individual liberty and the respect for human rights, private enterprise, the rule of law, human development in the society of shared prosperity resonates across this country. There's peace,
We know this. Good friends don't pick up calls. They ignore us and they find new friends. We are living it. We feel it every day. And sure, none of us wants to remain there. We want power to serve, to transform lives, and to move Ghana forward. But power does not come through division. Power comes through discipline. Power comes through unity. Power comes through sacrifice. Let us therefore rise above anger. Let us rise above insults. Let us rise above short-term emotions for long-term victory. Let us protect the party that has given us voice, purpose, and hope. And when the contest is over, let us close ranks, lock arms, and march forward together, stronger, wiser, and united towards victory 2028. Our future depends on it. Our party depends on it, and Ghana is counting on us. Acting Chair, colleagues here gathered, political competition is a necessary and healthy feature of every democracy. However, it is how that competition is managed, particularly in moments of heightened ambition and strong emotion, that defines the maturity of a political party and ultimately the stability of the nation. Internal party elections are not merely contests among individuals. They are tests of institutional strength, discipline, and commitment to shared values. The choice to focus on peace at this stage is therefore both timely and commendable. Peace does not happen by accident. It is the product of deliberate leadership, clear rules, mutual respect, and a collective decision to place the long-term interests of the party and the country above short-term personal gain. Ghana's democracy has been sustained over the years because political actors across party lines have repeatedly demonstrated restraint in moments that could easily have descended into conflicts. This reputation has not come cheaply. It must not be taken for granted. Distinguished aspirants, your supporters look to you not only for vision and policy ideas, but for cues on conduct. The tone you set will be a tone that filters down to the grassroots. When leaders speak with restraint, supporters listen with restraint. I humbly, therefore, on behalf of the mighty 87 in Parliament, urge all aspirants to conduct their campaigns with civility, respect for internal regulations, and unwavering commitment to peaceful engagements. Disagreements are inevitable in any competitive process, but they must be managed through dialogue, established mechanisms, and the authority of the party's institutions, not through public confrontation, insinuation, or rhetorics that deepen divisions. Today is not an ordinary party ritual. It is a test of leadership and patriotism. This peace pact is not only about who wins on January 31st. It is about whether on 1st February and beyond, the NPP will still be strong, united, and credible in the eyes of Ghanaians. Talk of the health insurance, talk of the industrialization drive, 1D, 1F. Ghana is also watching a party that is anxious, polarized, and yearning for competent, honest, visionary leadership again. The stakes are higher than the ambitions of any single aspirant in this room. Unity and the cause of division. Let's note, the history of this tradition teaches us a simple truth. Whenever the NPP is united, it is formidable, and whenever it is divided, it bleeds. And Ghana pays the price. Remember the 1979 election. The PFP and the UNC. The rest we all know. Factionalism may energize internal contests, but it weakens the party's capacity to win national election and to govern effectively. We have been able to identify all the areas where the elections will take place. We have 276 plus 1 polling centers. We have been able to make our operational plans. We have met all our regional commanders who are responsible for these areas where these elections will take place. We have gone over all the preparations over and over and ready to go to the field. In the section of Boku, that is the area that we may need the support of the military.
And so we have written to the Interior Minister to inform the Minister of Defense so that we have military support in Boko. All other areas countrywide, the military will be on standby. We assure you that at least 70 is the least number of a police number that will be at each police station. We have deployed heavily. All senior officers countrywide are going to be at the police station. We have the inner deployment, the middle deployment, and then the outer deployment. The outer deployment is heavily loaded. I want to assure you that we have done a lot of training and preparation, and that my regional commanders have called me and said that they are even ready for the election today. As the caution has been given by the General Secretary, the caution is that we will not entertain any power security at the police station. We have heard a lot, social media and others. And sometimes some of the leaders of the party have forwarded some voices to me to let me know that some group of individuals are planning to deploy macho men. Please, we are cautioning that the police are more macho than the macho men you deploy. And that when it comes to the stage, that these macho men will not take advice from the caution that is given them. And they come to the police station and then we arrest them. I'm pleading, nobody should call me. The word is that police is ready. And so we are giving you all the assurance that we will do our work peacefully and then we will contribute heavily to make sure that at the end of the day, the one you want to be the presidential candidate who you want to let the person stand for the MPP party will come out victoriously under a peaceful security arrangement. And so, Honorable Chair, the police want to thank you for reposing this confidence in us, that you want the police to do this security, to provide a security. And we are happy to come here in our numbers, because what is happening today is about signing a peace pact. And because we are peace officers, that is why we have come here in our numbers. All that we want is that there should be peace, so that at the end of the day, everything will go on successfully, and we shall all enjoy the fruits of the exercise that we have gone through.
Inspector General of Police Christian Tetenyonu speaking this afternoon at the signing of the peace pact for the new Patriotic Party. Earlier, you heard Minority Leader Alexander Kwamena Apenyo-Markin. Also, you heard former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The NPP says is ready for January 31st for the election of a flag bearer. Those are the curtains on today's edition of Eyewitness News that came to you live from our studios here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe. Earlier you heard Fafa Melody Show produced by Beverly London, Kobna Wilson, and Fred Tete Jabano, technical assistant Emmanuel Latte. So we come your way again tomorrow. May the good Lord be with us all.